Namaste. Welcome to Our Planet in Perspective. In today's episode, we will be in conversation with climate activists from around the globe. Our guest for today's episode, Dr. Ranjan Datta. He is a Canada Research Chair, Tier 2 in Community Disaster Research at Indigenous Studies, Department of Humanities, Mount Royal University, Alberta, Canada.
You deal with Indigenous people, human rights, and climate and disaster. And it's often so that the ones that contribute the least to climate change are the ones that are most affected. For example, the Indigenous community is highly affected. So why do you think are the reason that we're not able to prioritize them when it comes to climate change?
It's all about how Indigenous people, local people, and land-based people see the land as their relationship, land as their body, land as their family member, and God. On the other hand, the new liberal system or outsider, they see land as a profit. Once you don't understand that we have obligation to the land, all the exploitation comes up. So the current education system even in Indigenous community, they are learning colonial education. The reason I'm saying colonial, because they do not know or they do not get opportunity to learn their land-based language, land-based spirituality as important as the Western or outside education. So they learn something is different, which is not applicable for their land. So once they get education, they are no more able to cultivate their land in traditional way. In Bangladesh case, many situations, Indigenous people, those who have been sustainable for 100 years, they end up with the garments work. Its maximum job, the 14 hours payment may be $1 or $1.5, and we are seeing is a development.
As per your research and your expertise in this area, what do you think are some of the policies or strategies that government in different nations can adopt to secure these indigenous knowledge or traditional practices?
In Canada, there is it's called Truth and Reconciliation Call for Action, 94 Call for Action. And within 94 Call for Action, they clearly outline what they want, how they want. As a settler color immigrant, I have responsibility to learn. As a researcher, I have a responsibility to implement the 94 Call for Action. In Bangladesh, when I'm thinking as a Bangladesh, we have a responsibility to learn what community wants. We have responsibility to protect the indigenous language. We have responsibility to protect the land-based spirituality because it has been very sustainable ways of doing it. So when we are thinking the how to policy change, the community know what is the best for them. And we as a researcher or policy maker, we have many opportunity to learn and also make meaningful implication for the community. And it's going to benefit all. It's not going to benefit only Indigenous people. If we can protect the water, land, we are going to benefit all of us. It's going to benefit all of us, not only Indigenous people. That's why when we are talking about land and water, our climate crisis is all of our responsibility. And we cannot separate climate crisis from the land rights. We cannot separate Indigenous language right from the climate crisis solution. All are interconnected. But solution has to come from the community.
The community people know it the best.
Community knows what is the best for them. They are not saying I know what is the best for all over Bangladesh or Indigenous people, one Indigenous community in Canada. They are not saying I know what is the best for all this. They know what is the best for their own community. They know what is the best for their own generation, their future generation. That's why we need to transform the policy, education, research in a way community can be benefited. And once community can be benefited, we as a researcher or policy maker, we all get benefit from it.
We will be back next week with a new episode. Until then, hope you have a great week ahead. Namaste.